Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Well, happy Friday night. You may have noticed that I haven't been uploading as many videos over the last week. I finally made a complete recovery, I want to say, from long COVID. During my time with long COVID, I completely lost my appetite. To give you an idea of how bad an appetite I had, I was teaching at a community college and I took a second job at a tutoring center. And a lot of times, my appetite was so bad that I didn't even think about food for much of the day. And then I would wake up in the morning completely stuffed, almost like I had just come home from an eating contest from the previous night. Sometimes I wouldn't even remember that I hadn't eaten the previous day, and I would wake up stuffed. And I started to recover about 2 weeks ago. I was able to eat again, but still just barely. And what really sucks is that my schedule doesn't really allow me to just pick up food whenever I have any sort of appetite. I have two classes at the community college that I teach. When I was still working at the tutoring center, I often had 3 4 hour shifts, which is great because you have to commute there. So I'd much rather do that than to have a 1 or 2 hour shift. But my appetite sometimes plays tricks on me, and it really fires up during the times that I'm not allowed to eat. Maybe it's psychological. The heart does want stuff that it can't have. So the times that you can't eat, all of a sudden you want to eat. Maybe part of that could be part of the equation. But it doesn't help that many hours out of the day are completely off limits already, right? And then the hours that I do have left, oftentimes I can only get a few bites in before I feel completely stuffed. Now, I was pleasantly surprised earlier this week when I finally woke up with an appetite. See, waking up and feeling stuffed was the main feature of long COVID. And judging by what I read online and talking to other people who have had long COVID in my circle of friends, it's actually 20 million Americans who have long COVID. I think it's going to bankrupt. Fortunately, loss of appetite probably isn't going to do it, but it's going to bankrupt the country if this goes on forever. But given how many people have a much more severe form of the long COVID, judging from it, waking up with a full stomach was the main feature of it. So I was pleasantly surprised, and I was surprised to be able to eat my first full meal. I want to say middle of this past week, and all of a sudden, it's like a friend coming back from vacation. You forget about how nice, and you ever have a friend come home from vacation from halfway around the world, and all of a sudden you can stay up till 2 3 a.m. with this friend, right? Unfortunately, food has kind of behaved like that. I gotta be careful about that because that's what caused me a lot of trouble and grief in the past. Obviously, staying up until 2 or 3 a.m. is also hurting my other ambitions in life, right? Is I gotta be careful with that. Uh, I'm trying to use this next couple of days. I have the weekends off to welcome home my friend and have it be back to normal by Monday. I'm so glad it's the weekend for that reason. But after wow, 2 months, my friend finally. I shouldn't say come home from a vacation. It's more like come home from deployment in Iraq, right? It feels more or Ukraine, right? It feels more like that than to come home from a vacation. And unfortunately, I had a very rough welcome home event of this past week, and it caused me to my sleep schedule to go a little bit haywire. I got to be careful about that. Got 2 more days to welcome this friend home, and then I got to get back to my life. Anyway, but the nice thing is that it's made me value this friend more. See, in the past, I used to be very particular about getting what food I want at the store. Now I'm pleased that I could eat anything. And obviously, I have dietary restrictions, but within the confines of that, just to be able to put something in my mouth without my stomach exploding is a huge blessing that I often neglected in the past to value. And Now that my friend, oh, I got another analogy. There was a time in my life when a friend of mine had ghosted me for quite a number of years, and she came back, and I really treasured unfortunately, she got herself into some issues and drug habits, and so we're not on close terms anymore. But and then there were other times where, for various circumstances, I was unable to visit some people. Maybe they didn't ghost me, but I would so much love to go back to Poland. I still have a number of connections there. I would so much love to go back to the Computer Olympiad in person. Right when I finally do get to shake these people's hands again, it will be 6 years have gone by. Can't really take it for granted anymore. All right, so a lost friend of mine comes home after 2 months, and unfortunately, I had a very uh, chaotic welcome home event, and it kind of caused other disturbances in my life. That's the gist of it. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Let's do it again. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Let's do a Peter Like Show because I'm welcoming my friend home. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. Let's do Peter Like Show again. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum.